It's Week 7 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. It was a nice round number for him last week, and even 100 yards. It's the Broncos and the Raiders, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Denver Broncos and the Las Vegas Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Throwing now is Geno. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Smith on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith, quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Smith. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. From the 41, Smith. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Smith. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So now it's the Raiders' turn to go on offense for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They run once more with Stevenson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down, Morgan with it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Set to throw is Morgan. And this will be incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Morgan. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also a safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down, Smith. And it's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And great field possession coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Morgan. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So the fumble recovery hadn't set up an ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, You really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Gino. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
1st and 10, Taylor now. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Second down, another run with Taylor. They juked him, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He's looking deep for Bell. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Smith. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit. Begin to run.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jamal Agnew, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Here's Morgan to throw.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. From his goal line here, Smith. Short little throw to Ebron. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it. But to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Cobb to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Morgan. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing now is Morgan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Marvin Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there. And let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Denver's offense now set to go. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He'll find Harry on the right side. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw, Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. And here's Matt Araiza now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, good agility by Cobb.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This is one of the dangers of going for the punt block.
And you know before you even call going for the block, it's a risk-reward play. So many factors come into it. They went after it, and you know punters, what they do? They leave their leg up in there an extra count or two, hoping someone comes into contact.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. Got his man. That's Harry. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good morning, lady. How are you?
By the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again is Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Throwing is Smith. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Morgan, he completes it to Jones. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Morgan looks to throw it. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Morgan sets up to throw on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. Tucker's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one possession.
Lady, how's your morning going?
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Lamar Jackson, strong as ever, as his guys finished off the first half at 7-1. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Mac Jones, excellent in the victory, as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Morgan. Complete to Jones. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Stevenson. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. On the handoff, Stevenson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff, Stevenson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's Stevenson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Morgan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the gun, it's Stevenson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and
Set to throw is Morgan. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cobb. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
2nd down and goal. Morgan. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Stevenson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Tucker's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
You're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Harry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Smith throwing again. Catch is made by Harry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. On 2nd and 9, Smith. St. Brown making the catch on the out route. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now Gino on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Smith. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Morgan off of play action. And Brate, the tight end's got it. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Morgan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Morgan completes his Zacchaeus. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now Morgan. Jones has it. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. Tucker's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Well, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So the Broncos now down on the scoreboard. 1:45 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Stevenson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Play action with Morgan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would be the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So While it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Las Vegas, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they dip to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.